Ой, так, на чем мы остановились? Мы освободили рабов.
Your intervention on Firemoth Island was unexpected, but the slavers' captives are safe. So the governor hoped to use the Morag Tong to cover his tracks, but this note just adds to the evidence you've already uncovered. Well done. You have provided a great service to Sedanine. I'll take it from here.
Deputy Governor.
Sergeant, where's Governor Emelian? What happened here?
The governor struck me from behind and fled.
The governor seeks to escape justice. After him!
Бля, дай еще почитать нормально.
Who are you looking at?
Что за хуйня? Почему метка на этом, блядь, стоит?
Bah! Dull-clawed pieces of... How could this happen, Falura? Yes. Hello. What are you doing out in the middle of nowhere? Going for it?
Не хочу выполнить больше побочек. Хочу пойти куда-нибудь в интересное место.
Forgive me, Outlander, but I have enough to deal with. I'm just a simple tribunal priest, and the trouble at the ancestral tomb was too much for even our buoyant armiger to deal with. I have failed Lord Vivek, and left a colleague alone at the tomb. Lord Vivek sent the three of us to seek guidance at the Andrano ancestral tomb. We were attacked when we got there, and our guard was seriously hurt. I barely got her to safety, but we failed to complete Canon Levoul. He remained behind after we retreated from the tomb. I know he wants to get back inside and ask Lord Vivek's questions, but there's no way he can get past the Daedra, or ask the questions on his own. May the three grant him wisdom.
Liza, what's wrong? Someone help!
Why, the three? First a wounded armiger, now this!
By dawn and dusk, evil creeps through the shadows of my beloved Vardenfell. But an outlander arrives to aid my people, just as I have foreseen.
Азура, ебать,
Those
пришло.
words, what do they mean? What happened? Merciful Azura, the Mother Soul spoke through you. It's a miracle!
Нехило, нехило.
Lord Vivek, protect me. That was Azura, the queen of the night sky. And you, she spoke directly to you, Outlander. I'm surprised the Daedric Prince would risk. The Daedric Prince Azura possessed that woman and spoke through her. I've heard of such occurrences, of course, but to witness such an event... She said evil creeps through the land. I wonder if it has anything to... We sought guidance in a matter that concerns Lord Vivek. I received specific questions to ask while Levoul concentrated on summoning his ancestor. The Daedra ruined those plans when they fell upon Urnsey, and we were forced to flee. Vile creatures from oblivion. You hear about an odd ghost or a nest of vampires, but never Daedra. Please, if they're still there, they'll rip... The buoyant armigers comprise one of the military orders of the Tribunal Temple. They seek to emulate Lord Vivek's deeds through actions and words. Where are you from? Children learn of Red Mountain before they even taste Flynn. The mountain sits at the center of Vardenfell, periodically rumbling like a sleeping Nyx shaking its leg. Lately, Azura is the cruel but wise Daedric Prince of Dawn and Dusk. She's one of the good Daedra, for what that's worth. But for her to speak through an innocent means something terrible is about to happen. Why else would she dare Lord Vivek's wrath? What do they teach you where you come from? Lord Vivek's a living god! Azura is merely the anticipation of Sothasil. Vivek stands as the present and the future, while Azura clearly represents Vardenfell's past. So no, you don't know Lord Vivek, one of the living gods of the Dunmer Tribunal. You must be new to our land, Outlander. But there's no... Yes, one of the god monarchs of Morrowind. He's the warrior poet who lives in a grand palace in Vivek City. Lord Vivek sent us on this holy mission to request information from Canon Levoul's ancestor.
track Lord Vivek down. Those monsters, it's too dangerous. What am I going to do? Did Canon Valasar send you? Oh, she did, didn't she? That means she made it to Seydanin. Vivek be praised. Will you help me complete my mission? It would be sacrilege if I did. As the saints declare, the tribunal always provides. We'll need to be cautious, however. Daedra invaded the tomb. Makes it hard to talk to one's ancestors while monsters try to eat you. Take this scroll with Lord Vivek's inquiries, while I summon forth my ancestor spirit and concentrate on maintaining the connection. You must ask the questions. He insists we use the exact phrasing. We can go inside when you're ready. I've already lost precious time due to the buoyant Armiger's wounds, but I suppose a few more moments won't make the volcano erupt or the moon... I'm not quite sure, and it wasn't my place to ask. When your living god gives you a task, you say, "Yes, my lord." The questions seem to involve the time before the tribunal, which I assume is why we must... A few of my contemporaries can boast of a luminary such as Farina Andrino occupying a prime branch upon their family tree. Lady Farina studied at the feet of Sotha Seal and was counted among his companions before the tribunal rose. Who's Sotha Seal? It's like asking who are Vivek and Almalexia. They are the tribunal, the living gods of the Dunmer. Sotha Seal is the architect of time and the bind. Well, I can tell you why they weren't here the last time I paid my respects. Canon Valasar thinks they're some kind of Daedra, determined to keep us from fulfilling Lord Vivek's will. Until you showed up, I wasn't... Before we go in there and face those monsters, I want you to know how much I appreciate your aid in this matter. Just follow me, but keep an eye out for those Daedra. Careful! The creatures attacked as soon as we entered the Hall of Remembrance. This used to be such a peaceful place. I came here as a young acolyte to meditate. The summoning chamber. I'll call forth my ancestor, then you can ask Vivek's questions.
Hasn't my rest been disturbed enough by those filthy Daedra? Why do you summon me, descendant?
My Lord Vivek has inquiries that only you can answer, my lady. My companion will present them with your permission.
The warrior poet? Very well. Ask Vivek's questions. Ask the warrior poet's questions, Outlander. Ah, Lord Vivek always had a way with words. Tell him to rest assured. The heart remains safe. I wonder why that... An enemy of old, yes. But not the one that Vivek presumes. Sotha Seal imagined multiple scenarios and contemplated endless solutions. He even experimented with his divinity, drawing energy to study before returning it.
I hope that's what Lord Vivek needed. Let's talk outside. Thank you for helping me complete my task. Now, I need to return to Vivek City. Have you been there? It's amazing. Ziggurats rising out of the water, the moonlit hanging in the sky above. You should meet me. Just between us, I understood neither the questions asked nor the answers received. Not that I expected to. Some things aren't meant for mortal minds. Excellent. I just need to make a quick stop in Seydanin to check on my original traveling companions. When you get to Vivek City, head right to the palace and I'll meet you there. I'll be along shortly. When you get to Vivek City, head directly for Lord Vivek's palace. Once there, I'll make introductions and we can tell the warrior poet everything. Of course. As I said, the tribunal consists of our three living gods, Vivek, Almalexia, and Sotha Seal. They lead us in spiritual matters and rule over Dunmir society. Unfortunately, no. The Dunmer houses bow to the tribunal, but the savage Ashlanders refuse to acknowledge their divinity. The heretics never allowed themselves to be assimilated.
May this one be of service.
Take a look at what I've got here.
Please, Vivek! This is the person who helped me at the tomb, my lord.
Lord Vivek, we don't need the help of this outlander.
Oh hush, Archcanon Tarvis. Outlanders have their usefulness, and this one intrigues me.
As you say, I'll be in my office if you need me.
Step forward, friend of Levoul, and let us speak. Canon Levoul says you helped him in his mission. As I have written, the one who helps my ally becomes my friend. Despite the Archcanon's concerns, I greet you with sincerity. I have ordinators and armigers at my disposal. Vast armies of followers and dedicated priests. What I don't have, however, is a fresh good. I need assistance to investigate a strange phenomenon that the Ancestor confirmed may indeed be a problem. We'll start with a simple divination ritual. Archcanon Tarvis can tell you what we need to delve into this mystery. The Daedric Prince. I suppose the same events that concern me might interest Azura, though she could just as easily be the source of these troubles. Red Mountain. Levoul's ancestor assured me that a source of power remains safe. As for the rest, let the guess ripen in the mind, and only speak when the fruit grows certain. I require... The situation that troubles me has taken a toll on my Archcanon, but he's a faithful servant. Tarvis will...
Ah, Outlander. Lord Vivek trusts too much to put his faith in one such as you, but who am I to question my god? I suppose he sent you to me so I could... Ah, yes. We do need to perform a ritual to reveal the nature of the phenomenon that vexes Lord Vivek. Despite my objections, Vivek believes you were sent to help, so I'll do my best to assist you. Go to the ziggurat that's still under construction and tell the Overseer that Lord Vivek requires the Blessing Stone. You receive a simple errand in the service of Lord Vivek, and countless questions form unbidden in your mind. Very well. Go ahead. Ah, the ignorance of Outlanders. How refreshing. The Blessing Stones serve as repositories for small amounts of Lord Vivek's power. They allow his favor to permeate Sanctify. If you haven't guessed yet, the phenomenon interferes with Lord Vivek's power in unusual ways. It will be safer for everyone if I perform the ritual by using the Blessing Stone instead of drawing. Even if I told you, you wouldn't comprehend it. Lord Vivek's senses eclipse those of mere mortals. Suffice it to say, he feels a disturbance in the flow of energy throughout. Lord Vivek sees signs and portents everywhere. It's the poet at his core. I tend to be much more pragmatic. Sometimes a volcano is simply a volcano, and not a harbinger of doom. Offend me? You give yourself too much credit. No, I feel the same about all Outlanders. This is tribunal business.
Again and again.
As proof of deed. Stand tall, spoil wars, boy and damagers. Rest their warriors by the score. Take a vow and best a dozen more.
a ray of sunshine on a gray and dismal day.
Prices have never been better. Merchant to the yards.
I've got what you need.
Well,
racers spread their wings so broad. Unless a bird...
This project has been nothing but one disaster after another. How am I expected to get this ziggurat built on time when things constantly go wrong? Don't mind. Our blessing stone? Do you know what happens if we give up our blessing stone? Well, neither do I. But I'm sure it won't put us back on schedule or end our string of disasters. Lord Vivek! Well, why didn't you say so? But I'll need your help before I can turn over the blessing stone. The passage that leads to the consecration chamber. I appreciate the help. Just remember that you're only borrowing the stone. It needs to be back in the consecration chamber before the...
Thank you. I'll go tell the Overseer what you did for me. Help! Please, someone help me!
I was gonna die under there. Oh, thanks for saving me. I can't move! Help me!
Praise Vivek!
The Outlander returns. I understand there was trouble at the construction site, but you were able to save a few of the workers. Lord... Hear the words of the warrior poet, and reveal the source of Lord Vivek's distress. Ashlander? A clockwork mage? A Daedric cultist? Something interfered with the ritual, my lord. But we may have learned something. Excuse me while I compare the results to our previous research.
Between the cryptic warnings of the ancestor spirit and the unexpected result of the divination ritual, I fear there may be more astir than I imagined. We solved the greatest mysteries by accident. We learn from every action we take. Failure or success, each result teaches us something, at least in the larger sense. To be more specific, no. Images that suggest avenues to investigate, riddles to solve. Let me tell you a secret, Outlander. It concerns a living god and energy that fades like daylight as dusk spreads. Listen well, and speak not a word. My divine energy, it drains away. Whether from illness or foul malady, I know not. You must travel the land and seek answers on my behalf. But first, the ritual confirmed my worst fears. Divine energy flows out of me for no reason that I can discern. I felt the power imbued within my blessing stone get wrenched away as soon as you added it to the ritual. To quote my own words as the warrior poet, no lock exists that the determined thief cannot open. Follow the trail of my missing energy, and try to discover the identity of the enemy Levul's ancestor warned us of. Something drains my energy. Find Archcanon Tarvis in his office, and ask if he gleaned anything useful from the ritual. If not, I know his earlier research indicated new avenues to investigate. My divine energy diminishes with every passing moment, but the ritual confirmed my affliction is not natural. I regret that I could not reveal the full nature of... Yes, while Archcanon Tarvis has always been cautious about ideas and ideologies that didn't originate within the Tribunal. And recently, I've always used my power freely and without detriment. I create the Blessing Stones, hold the moonlit above the city, and perform 100... I care little for my own safety, but my people are another matter. Without my power to stop it, the moonlit will crash into the city and kill hundreds, perhaps... At first, I barely noticed the loss of energy, but as I continue to grow weaker, the more it feels like an attack against my person. Let us not dwell on disasters to come when we have problems enough to deal with in the here and now. Consult with Archcanon Tarvis and discover the source of... They always chide me about my flagrant displays of divinity, but so far, I am the only one of the living gods whose power is fading. Almalexian, my brother, travels. We have not heard from him for quite some time, but I sense that he remains safe and in possession of his full power. Funny.
There you are. Do not panic. Only you can see me. Come, we have to talk. There you are, Vestige. We must speak at once. Listen well. I have located a safe harbor from which we might plan our course of action. I awoke in a city of Bretons, its air heavy with the smells of baked bread, horses, and intrigue.
I performed that ritual countless times, and it never exploded in my face before. If I discover that you sabotaged the divination... No. I shouldn't take my failure out on you. It's not your fault that things are. How do you know about... Lord Vivec told you? Of course he did. It's his prerogative, I suppose. You must... It's true. I'm much better at scholarly pursuits than fieldwork. And the ritual wasn't a total failure. It confirmed 3 locations from my earlier studies. Balmora, Aldrin, and Barrelzar's tower. I researched what I could using the resources available here in Vivec City. To learn more, I need an agent to personally assess each location. I believe the mage seen in the ritual is Barrelzar, who works out of an ancient Velothi tower. His experiments radiate energy similar to Vivec's affliction, but they're not a perfect match. House Redoran controls the town and nearby mines. House Halalu also has interests in the region. Rumors of a cult in the area concern me the most. I have no idea. That's why we're sending you. I suggest you start at the inn. Secrets get spilled along with the drinks in such places. The miners may know something as well. Savage Ashlanders, like the one seen in the vision, use the area as a tribal meeting ground. These nomadic heretics deny the divinity of the tribunal and have no love for... I traced tendrils of Vivec's energy to these locations, and the ritual confirmed the connection before it went awry. Just don't discuss Lord Vivec's condition with anyone.
By the 3, I've never seen the mountain so active. And Bardao! I swear the moonlit looks like it's about to fall from the sky. I can't wait to set sail and put dry ground behind me. I was planning on sailing to Sadrith Mora next, but I don't mind taking you to an Alliance capital. Trade is always good in the capitals. We're headed to Sadrith Mora if that's where you'd like to go. Just decide quick.
Are you waiting for an invitation? This is a caravanner station, so I'm assuming you're in need of a ride. Come now. Looking to get out of Vivec City? Smart decision. I could use some time away myself. I can take you to Suran or Balmora. They're fair.
Hello there.
House Telvanni still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages accomplish anything?
But what about the Pact?
House Telvanni stayed out of the Pact. The wizards have no interest in mainland wars.
I mean, why doesn't the Pact put a stop to it?
Would you like to tell the all-powerful mages to stop playing with their toys?
They don't call me mud crab for nothing.
I was meant for better than this. Mills, please, if you just listen.
Take care of yourself, Father. You always were good at that.
Perhaps you can aid me. I'm in need of a strong set of legs, Traveler. And you look like one capable of I have an obligation to my family. No, a duty of utmost importance. But I have grown too feeble. It allows one to archive memories for future generations. I hope to do this for my children, who have grown estranged. I thank you for your aid. Fewer than ever are willing to aid their elders in these troubled times. Now I suppose the distance with my children is my fault. It is a rare gem. Once, long ago, Redguard warriors carried them into battle. One of the most famous was a sword singer in the First Age, Makeleleki. No historian. I purchased it from my master, Drenham, a Telvanni mage of middling repute. I have served him for how long? Ah, yes. Mills. My son has never really forgiven me for never being here for them. Nary are less than Mills. But both my children grew up largely on their own. My duties to Master Drenham consumed a great deal of my time. You'll know soon enough, as will they, I hope. I failed them. I cannot travel with you, but I have attuned this stone to my soul. When you use it at the locations I've marked,
Well, The Councillor has his priorities all out of sorts. The real House Halalu encroaching on ancestral Redoran lands. Building settlements even. I saw this coming ever since we let Fort Firemoth go fallow. Let your guard down even a little and those Halalu scribs will snatch away all they can.
Honor and service.
I'm sorry, but I'm up to my elbows in an important matter at the moment. I'm sure some...
Welcome to Balmora, Outlander. House Redoran governs this town and asks all citizens and visitors alike to abide by its laws and regulations. We brook no trouble. Important? I suppose that depends upon who you ask. My husband thinks so. I'm the treasurer here in Balmora, Councillor Eris, who oversees Redoran operations in the Balmora region. Our family is one of the most respected.
The Fighters Guild is always ready for battle. It's what we live for.
I can't believe they want us to go out. You look like the traveling sort. In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named? That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house councillor here in Balmora, promises you should speak to Councillor Eris. He's opened the kin house to interview potential recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the councillor. Alone. Councillor Eris can be found at the Redoran kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Vaya. If he finds that an outsider can... I have no issue with Councillor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't... Fair. How can anyone not know about House Redoran? Well, in that case, Redoran is the grandest of the great Dunmer houses. We champion the virtues of duty and piety, and we have a proud military. If I knew what happened to the Councillor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I? As far as we can tell, she left of her own accord. Councillor Eris Relith oversees Redoran operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very...
Do you make a habit of randomly accosting people while they fish? I don't see how that's any of your business. I've nothing to say to my father or those his Whatever this is about, it's no concern of mine. My father managed to leave me out of his life. He can leave me out of his problems, too. You want to talk? My sister Neri.
The fire's warm and the roof doesn't leak, so come on in.
I love seeing new faces. For a while, it was just the same old miners and the occasional traveling merchant. Thought Carolyn might have to shut this place down. Look at me talking your ears off. What can I get you? At first, I assumed it was the usual house squabbles. Redoran and Hlalu arguments can get pretty heated. Then I thought maybe the Ashlanders were scaring people off. But after that proclamation... No, I'd rather not talk about that. I like the color of your gold, Outlander. Just between us, I heard the House Guard shut down the Shulk ore mine. Something to do with violent cultists who attacked the miners and...
Your custom is welcome.
Hold still, stop weaving.
Чего? Наверное.
My, you look like a well-traveled individual. If you're looking to give your mount a well-deserved rest, you've come to the right place. We know how to... My father? Oh no, has he taken a fall? Or did he ask you to do something for him? He's been declining of late, and I'm afraid he's not entirely in his right. Oh, Mills. He was so young when Mother passed. I've tried to explain that Father had to work to keep a roof over our heads, but it's been difficult. I raised Mills myself while Father was away, which was off. Oh, yes. Father is well regarded among the Telvanni masters, even though he's never aspired to be one himself. Master Drenim trusts him implicitly, and if you know anything about the Telvanni, that's impressive on it. I'm afraid I don't know. All he's been able to tell me is that part of his contract with Master Drenim forbids him from disclosing any of the Master's business, even to his own children. Whatever he's doing, I wish he didn't have to work so much. Master Drennan pays well, but sometimes I worry he will work Father to death. He's just so tired all the time. Even when he finds time away. I did for a bit, after Mother died. I didn't understand why Father couldn't be with us until I grew up and learned how hard it is to keep a family housed and fed.
Ow! Stupid dog. What happened? Let me see. I just tried to pet it. Damn dog bit me. Leave it alone. There's something strange about that dog.
You shouldn't be here. Didn't you read the House Redarin proclamation? I wouldn't be here myself. Our mine was invaded by violent cultists. They showed up and just took the place over. My people are trapped. I'm no expert, but it looked like the cultists were prepared. Probably because I heard one of them say, "With this ritual we'll call forth a mystical weapon and attain the power of a god." Or something along those lines. Look, well, I never actually saw an Ashlander, but I heard a cultist yell, "Ashlander thief! That's our mystical weapon!" That's not an exact... It used to be an ore mine, and we hope it will be again. My crew was inside preparing to start up mining operations when the cultists attacked. Really? That's awfully brave of you. If you see any of my miners, tell them to get their arses out here. I'll wait as long as I can.
You don't look like one of those crazy cultists, and you certainly aren't one of our miners. So by Vivek's holy nose hairs, who in oblivion are you? Really? Then forget I said anything about his holiness' nasal preening. They're some sort of Daedric cultists. They've been performing rituals, calling forth the savages barged into the deep chambers. Seem to know about the hidden passage and everything. Stole the relic the cultists were praying over and ran for the hills. As a matter...
we'll let you live.
Did you find what you were looking for in the mine? Of course. I perfectly understand. I think I'll wait a little longer and see if any of my miners were...
Gilan, look! A Dwemer gear. It's in remarkably good condition.
Yes, wonderful. I'll mark it down.
And here, another. Could these have fallen off the ruins?
Yes, that is peculiar.
Is something the matter, dear? You seem distracted today.
Oh, nothing's the matter. I'm nervous.
Whatever for. If anything attacks us, I'll protect you.
I'm not nervous about an attack, Bravura. It's just... well... there's no good way to say this.
To say what?
Marry me?
Are you serious?
That's... not the response I hoped for.
Gilan, of course I'll marry you. I love you. I just expected something more dramatic.
Well, I planned to propose at the falls, but today we didn't go to the falls. I had to improvise.
And this is why you've been so nervous.
Yes. Wait. Did you just agree to marry me?
Yes, Gilan. 12 times yes. My dear, distracted, adorable archivist, I will marry you.
That's wonderful!
Isn't it?
Oh, Bravura, you won't regret this. You are the stars to my sky.
Did you just come up with that?
Well, no. I've been saving it for the right time.
Hmm? А что-то не кинул никуда. Какой-нибудь на файл обменник. Ну, типа Google фото или что-нибудь такое.
I meet the most interesting people during my travels. And the most attractive, of course.
I demand to see my brother. Lay hands upon me, and you will lose them. You there! The territory of the Red Exiles shouldn't be traveled lightly. Ashlanders once respected each other, helped one another. You'd think these were house wolves or tribunal dogs, the way they treated me. Speaking of the tribunal, Lord Vivek, is it? And I thought all the tribunal cared about was building monuments to their own greatness. Nice to see that one of them cares about what's going on beyond them. Ashlanders are nomads, but we gather at sacred sites to trade, confer, and pay homage to the past. Aldrin is such a place. That's why Chodala invited the Red Exiles here. But these outcasts won't let me into their camp. I need to find my brother. My brother, Chodala, is the Ashkan of our tribe, and I am his ambassador. I act as a go-between among the tribes. Chodala wants to unite the Dunmer and calmly end the era of the bickering houses. Head into the Red Exiles camp and find my brother. Otherwise, see if you can find out what he was doing in there and where he's gone. Be wary of the outcasts. As you saw, they won't hesitate to attack without reason or provocation. No, just our tribe, the Urshilaku, though he's respected by most of the other Ashlanders for his wisdom and strength of will. He does hope to unite the tribes in a common cause, however. That's one of the reasons we've gathered here at Aldrin. My brother and I have always worked to help our people, and improve the Ashlander way of life. He used to believe that peaceful negotiation was the best path to accomplish this. No, that's not something I'm ready to talk about with an outsider. Perhaps after you prove your trustworthiness and willingness to help us, then we can discuss. That's not our goal, but the tribes will defend themselves if necessary. No, we hope to present a united front and show the houses the folly of the path they've embarked upon. Turning away from our forefathers and Goran. As you saw, hostility is second nature to the Red Exiles. We're here to negotiate, but they're no better than thieves and murderers. If they spot you in their camp, the Red Exiles. They're violent, dangerous Ashlanders who were banished from their tribes and joined together to create their own clan.
слать фотки? Я плохо вижу. Сюда. Нифига себе. Такие мелкие. Угу. Алиска эти фотки видела?
You seem to have survived your visit to the Red Exiles camp. Did you find my brother? Interesting. I never suspected that the outcasts were disciplined enough to keep records such as this. Oh no. I can't believe my brother would be so. It means that Chodala really has changed. With his newfound powers and rising ambitions, I fear what he plans for the tribes. I suppose you have a right to know what I'm talking about. Take this. I found it among my brother's possessions. Chodala discovered new power out in the wilderness, and it changed his view of the world. He writes about it in that document. Now he believes he's a Nerevarine, and incites the tribes, while I tried to keep them all from doing anything rash.
Но не могу, но на два фронта.
You don't know? I thought... No, you're not an Ashlander, and the House Elves rarely talk about such things. Long ago, there was a hero named Nerevar. He fought alongside the Tribunal, before they... So our legends say. Nerevar united the Kaima, and forged an alliance with the Dwemer. He died at the Battle of Red Mountain. The Nerevarine is a promise and a prophecy. We believe that, through the power of Azura, Nerevar will return to unite all Dunmer, House and Ashlander alike, and make Morrowind great again. The returned Nerevar will be known as the Nerevarine. While the prophecy of the Nerevarine can be interpreted as the end of the Tribunal, I have always seen it as a prediction of hope and peace. Chodala and some Ashlanders, such as the Red Exiles, favor. He uses an Ashkon's words to plant dark ideas in his followers. Ideas that speak of false gods, lost traditions, and the need for a cleansing war. His words become more forceful. All I know is that his new power frightens me. Chodala returned from a sojourn in the wilderness more vibrant, more commanding. He's always been strong, but now he's fearless. Practically, Chodala says his new abilities strengthen his claim as the Nerevarine. I think it's the staff he carries. He had it when he returned, and now it's always at his side. I know it's unreasonable, but I hate that staff. He calls it Sunara.
A fellow outsider in this inhospitable sea of ash. I wonder if we might help each other.
Disturbing an Ashlander at prayer is unwise, Outlander.
Hmm? Mm-hmm.
What a discovery! Those animunculi were resonating in a stable anharmonic oscillation. It's unprecedented, and it just... By the three! Progress always comes at a cost. Telvanni understand that. They'd tell you they'd be honored to be...
Come to consult the great Devaith Fear. Well, I'm afraid I'm rather preoccupied at the moment. The Telvanni decided to honor me with membership in their great house. This tower was their idea of a gift. Their choice of location was portentous, let's say. I'm a traveler. At my doorstep, a new path. The natural conclusion should be obvious. I intend to explore beyond the rift that has emerged in my basement, or rather the upsets in planar demarcation are remarkably complex. Study must be free from distraction, an impossibility while constructs continuously spill from the rift. Clear a path through the meddlesome machines in the cavern beyond this antechamber. I will join you at the rift once I've completed my usual transliminal preparations. Some are Duameri, tinkered with in ways beyond even my experience. Intriguing, but not nearly so interesting as the Fabricants. Their marriage of the organic and inorganic defies all contemporary wisdom. What, indeed? I'd only heard descriptions of the creatures in my talks with Barrelzar, Sotha Seal's former apprentice. Even he doesn't seem to have a full grasp of their design. Given the eruption of Fabricants into the caverns, my theory is it somehow intersects with Clockwork City. Anything beyond that, the domain of Sotha Seal, a world of his own design. Privilege of being a god. Whether it exists in Nirn is the subject of... I'd assumed you knew whose home it was you were standing in. Devaith Fear.
Does that name's significance escape you as well? For your sake, I hope you're more prepared for what's to come. As for me, you could say I'm a practitioner of magic, if you were partial to understatement. I am the some are Dwameri, tinkered with in ways beyond even my experience. Intriguing, but not nearly so interesting as the Fabricants. Their marriage of the organic and... what, indeed? I'd only heard descriptions of the creature.
Oh, those things in the cave. They were like nothing I've ever seen. I've studied dwarven specimens from the Alakir Desert.
Help! Someone, please help! Please help. Bandits. They attacked my father's wagon on the roads to Sauron. They're stealing everything we own. My father's a proud Mer. They may kill him.
Keep your weapons sheathed, citizen. The situation is well in hand, I assure you. Bandits. I commend you for springing to this mayor's defense, but you should be cautious. I'm investigating some irregularities in Suran's justice system. I fear the town's lead constable, Marshal Hularan. You did answer the call of a citizen in peril. Very well. I need evidence, testimony. Many of the Marshal's prisoners are toiling on plantations outside Suran. Talk to them. Gather some proof of the plantations are crawling with iron-howled mercenaries. I'll draw them away as best I can, but do hurry. They won't leave their posts for long. Ah, you must be a recent arrival. I am called the Scarlet Judge, vanquisher of evil and guardian of the oppressed. No, my oath is of a personal nature. I revere the three, but my relationship with the rulers of Vardenfell is complex. I've been called savior and menace, hero and villain. If you'd call me a vigilante, then so be it. My only concern is the lives and welfare of those I protect. Wherever Vardenfell's laws cannot or will not, cold-hearted mercenaries. Swords for hire without virtue or scruple. They serve the plantation owners, and I suspect Marshal Hularan. The Iron Hounds will hurt other than the fact that she's in charge of the constabulary. This is a Redoran city. House Redoran demands certainty in all things. Hularan's deputies won't sanction an arrest unless there is overwhelming evidence. We have no proof. Yes, precisely. House Redoran does not suffer this kind of...
I'm certain the Scarlet Judge can handle things from here. Please, accept our...
Thank you for rushing to my aid, stranger. Fortunately, the Scarlet Judge had it well in hand. I'd hate it if you were injured on...
Not you too? This is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, Telenra, but my wife insists we try a real mage.
There goes another client who's known me for years. Not a proper mage, they say. Rubbish! By Vec, if I get my hands on that Vec, just watching my business fall into ruin. People used to rely on me to heal their children and mend their injuries, but now it's all Menaldinian this and Menaldinian that. Damned Gil. The Cretan's saying I'm not a mage, but I am. I just happen to love alchemy. He must think there's a lot of coin to be made here. The fool. If I get my hands... Thank you for helping me, Sarah. Honestly, it means a lot. The rascal's name is Menaldinian. You'll find him sliming around that new shop of his. I thought a fellow mage would have more respect. Oh, he started out all sweetness, invited me to tea, asked about my business, even brought a copy of my latest book, Tea and Tizan for Aches and Pains. I can't believe I am. Quite highly ranked, too. Surprised? Not every Telvanni mage hides away in a mushroom. Alchemy teaches us the hidden potential of everyday things, turning the ordinary into the extraordinary. People step over miracles all the time. Mushrooms... I doubt it. But my mother taught me I should always give people a chance to make amends. It helps ease... What? Healers aren't permitted to deal out a bit of payback every now and then? I'm a dark elf. Grim talk is the official language of Morrowind.
What?
Well?
Hold, citizen. Be wary, traveler. Pilgrims have been attacked on these roads. Should you encounter violence, don't hesitate to call on us. We're here to protect you. I hope your confidence is merited. We have our hands full with the Dreg and the Ashlanders, so rescues are in short supply. Captain Artesia Naros is at the canton of Molagmar.
Что, пора спать?